Salvador. I was born with that name, Nancy Salvador, in 1944. It was just before World War II ended. I grew up, first of all, on a farm with my grandfather. We couldn't afford a house on our own, so my mom and dad stayed with Grandpa on a farm. And from there, we moved to a trailer. And then I ended up, most of my years was in this neighborhood on a street called Pensacola. And while I was growing up, I was only allowed to stay on one short block. I could go up to the store, or I could go to the corner. And I especially in the summertime, I loved to go to the corner because there was a carpenter there. I like to watch him make things out of wood. And one time, because I was there so much, he made me a tall wooden giraffe. It was about this tall, and I could hang coats and hats and stuff on it. It was really cute. That was really very nice of him. He surprised us with that. And during the summer from grade school, because we didn't go to festivals or carnivals or vacations, my family never went on a vacation. So I would find things to do around my short little block. And one thing I used to do is catch crickets for my brother, because he sold them to fishermen. And so I would spend all day catching crickets, and he, at the end of the day, he would give me a dime, and I would go to the corner store and buy ice cream. So we didn't have a TV until much later in the 50s. And then when we did, it was only 3 stations. And the only thing I remember watching are cowboy movies, I Love Lucy, Lawrence Welk, and Ed Sullivan Show. Ed Sullivan Show was very entertaining. We never stayed up late. I never stayed up past 7:30 or 8 o'clock. And we always had to be inside at dusk. My mother and father were very strict about that. So we didn't have a shower. We had a bathtub. We had one bathroom. Everybody shared the one bathroom. We had a small backyard, and I had a little dog named Satin Dolly. It was a Schipperke, and I loved to play with this dog and train it. And it was a good dog. Barked a lot, really a lot, and of course I would instigate it to bark a lot because it was fun. And the only neighbors I was allowed to go to, I wasn't allowed to go into anyone's house. No going into people's houses. But I could go visit Mary across the street, or Geraldine next door. This is a picture of me Mary took in her house. And this is a picture of Mary and I at a carnival of sorts. That's the only way I could go to a carnival. This is me. This is Mary. And you know, we're still friends to this day. And the only time I could go to a carnival or anything is if I went with another family. We didn't really do anything. Now, the 2 people that had a small crop area was next door. They grew corn and some other things that I really don't remember. I know it was tall. And they had like 200 rabbits. And for money, they would sell the manure from rabbits. And the 4-H fair, they would show some of their best rabbits. These were big rabbits, like this big. There's not little rabbits, these big rabbits. And I would go over there and watch the rabbits, although it smelled really bad. And then across the street in Mary's backyard, they had raspberries and strawberries and tomatoes, and Mary and I would like eat all day sometimes. And when I went home to have dinner or lunch, I really wasn't hungry because I'd been eating all day. Um, as far as school, I loved school. It was very entertaining, but there wasn't political things. I didn't really know what was going on in the world. I remember Eisenhower and Stevenson being going for presidency, but um, other than that, no, I didn't read a newspaper. We didn't listen to the news. They didn't talk about stuff in school, just geography, regular math, English. And we had to take a home ec class. I took sewing, and then we had to pick an extracurricular class, and I picked crocheting, and I still crochet to this day. And I love sewing. Um, Other than that, I really didn't know about current events, only what went on in my short little block. And